Hello and welcome again to Beautiful English on YouTube, where English language students and teachers use poems to help us learn about each other and about English. Today's poem helps us practice with rhythm and intonation and some pronunciation, as well as gives us a chance to hear and learn about informal English. So this poem is called Rabbit. If you're ready, let's get started. I'll tell you this poem twice, and the first time a little slowly, the second time a little bit more quickly. And then I will pause and say the poem a third time, and then we'll talk about some suggestions for learning together with your teacher or on your own. So, here we go. English. You can read it, you can write it, you can speak it, you can know it, because you are learning English, and now it's time to show it. Read it, write it, speak it, know it, because you are learning English, and now it's time to show it. English. You can rap it, you can swing it, you can sing it, you can shout it, because you are learning English, and there ain't no doubt about it. Rap it, swing it, sing it, shout it, because you are learning English, and there ain't no doubt about it. English. A little quicker. English. You can read it, you can write it, you can speak it, you can know it, because you are learning English, and now it's time to show it. Read it, write it, speak it, know it, because you are learning English, and now it's time to show it. English. You can rap it, you can swing it, you can sing it, you can shout it, because you are learning English, and there ain't no doubt about it. Rap it, swing it, sing it, shout it, because you are learning English, and there ain't no doubt about it. English. So now here's the poem one more time, slowly, with the words for the poem on your screen so you can listen and repeat or listen and read along. English. You can read it. You can write it. You can speak it. You can know it. Because you are learning English, and now it's time to show it. Read it. Write it. Speak it. Know it. Because you are learning English, and now it's time to show it. English. You can rap it. You can swing it. You can sing it. You can shout it. Because you are learning English, and there ain't no doubt about it. Rap it. Swing it. Sing it. Shout it. Because you are learning English, and there ain't no doubt about it. English. So in this poem, we hear a little bit of informal English. One thing that we hear that's informal is the word cuz. You probably hear this word a lot. I often say that when I'm speaking with my friends or my family. Instead of saying the word because, I just use the short form cuz. So I might say I'm going to take a break because I'm really tired. We hear this a lot, and it's not bad English. It's informal English. It's a short form. Your teachers or some language books might call it reduced English, but it is part of informal language, and it's part of the living language that you will hear and read and find all around you while you are using English. And that's what we want to do. We want to use English. Read it, speak it, write it, know it. Use it. Use the English that is all around us today. So there's one more thing from the poem that I think it's helpful for you to know about English as a living language. Not the English that you might need for a grammar test or the English that you might learn from a book of grammar exercises. But the living language that I hear around me, that you hear, we find it in songs, we find it in movies, and we find this living language in conversations around us. So in the poem, Wrap It, we hear, you are learning English, and there ain't no doubt about it. And that means you are learning English, and there isn't any doubt about it. So we have confidence. We can say there isn't any doubt. We can have confidence and say there ain't no doubt about it. It's free choice for you to choose which way you'd like to speak, but it's really helpful for you to understand what you hear around you. So I have a question. Are you going to hear some informal language when you are listening to music or having a conversation? And I'd say the answer is there ain't no doubt about it. Now, as usual, we're going to take something from the poem that I would like to suggest for you as a conversation practice or a writing practice for you. You can talk with friends or family. You can write in a journal about an idea or two from this poem, Wrap It. So I chose the idea of no doubt. It's an interesting idea, no doubt. Of course, we don't know the future. We don't know about everything that will happen to us. So you could say, Lynette, I have doubt about so many things. And I would say, me too, I have doubt. That's part of life. We don't know what will happen next week. Still, we can say about our minds and our way of looking at life that we can find a way to have no doubt in our minds. Maybe we have something really important coming, a conversation with a friend or a family member, or maybe you have a job interview coming soon. Maybe you have a big test coming. How can you say, I have no doubt about what will happen? It's pretty hard. So I think what we can do is find a way to have inside our heart, inside our minds, a place of no doubt. It gives us that way to have a strong perspective and confidence so that we can learn English, use English in an informal way, in a more formal way for a test or a job interview. Use English any way that you need to. And move towards your future with a no doubt mind. We know we don't have control for everything, but we can go calmly and with a confident mind into the next moment and the next moment. From this poem, I have this question for you now to think about, write about, or talk about with a friend. How do you find your no doubt mind? And then when you find this mind, how do you develop that mind? And how do you try to help others around you also find a no doubt mind? I have some ways that I try to develop my own no doubt mind, and this helps me live every day in the present moment with more confidence and more connection to the people around me. I'm very curious about how you, also learning English all over the world, how do you stay strong and live with a no doubt mind? And what do you do when you need some help, when you have doubts? So I hope to hear from you, and as always, you can subscribe below, share this video, and leave a comment. like it with thumbs up. And that's it for now. You are learning English, and there ain't no doubt about it.